Hello viewers, welcome again to another episode of Arise, Woman Arise. My name is Hellen Obwar and I'm happy to be with you today. This day we are going to look at the power of a praying mother, or the power of a mother's prayer. And for this we are going to look at a text in the Bible of a mother who really prayed and God came through for her. So let's turn to the book of Samuel chapter 1, 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 5 to 13. The Bible says, "But Hannah he would give a double portion, for he loved Hannah, although the Lord had closed her womb." Verse 6, "And her rival also provoked her severely to make her miserable, because the Lord had closed her womb. So it was year by year, when she went up to the house of the Lord, that she provoked her. Therefore she wept and did not eat. Elkanah, her husband, said to her, 'Hannah, why do you weep? Why do you not eat? And why is your heart grieved? Am I not better to you than 10 sons?' So Hannah arose after they had finished eating and drinking in Shiloh. Now Eli the priest was sitting in the seat by the doorpost of the tabernacle of the Lord. And she was in bitterness of soul and prayed to the Lord and wept in anguish." The text from which we are reading, we are finding a woman who was really down. She had really she didn't have a reason to arise because things around her were all pressing her down. Here is her co-wife Peninnah, who every time provoked her. Every time she was in problems, every time she cried, she wept, she was in bitterness of soul. And this continued year after year after year. And we find Hannah here really in great pain until she could not eat, she could not drink. It was a time for rejoicing. It was a time everybody had a reason to rejoice. They had traveled all the way to Shiloh, all the way to go and worship God. And really, all the others were happy. The husband here, Elkanah, had also, a big portion for them to give as sacrifice. But we see Hannah unable to rejoice, Hannah unable to enjoy the moment with the others because of what she was feeling. And when a mother prays, it removes misery. Number one, my point number one on a prayerful mother. When a mother prays, it removes misery. Every time Peninnah provoked Hannah so that she is miserable. It was the aim of Peninnah to make sure that Hannah is miserable. And in this case, we are finding Hannah really miserable for a long period, for a long time. She was in misery because her womb was blocked. Who did this? The Bible says God had blocked her womb. And therefore it means that Hannah as a person had no power of even, unblocking her womb. Elkanah had tried, and here we see Elkanah brought in Peninnah to cover up the shame, to finish it up that way. And now all the burden was left with Hannah. And Hannah wept over and over, and she remained a miserable woman until the time she decided, I am going to pray. I am going, to be this woman who prays. It doesn't matter whether Peninnah is rejoicing and having fun and talking all manner of things. Hannah had decided, I am going to pray. And when Hannah got into prayer, misery became history. She no longer remained miserable. And therefore, dear woman, number one, if you want to arise, there is power in prayer. When a mother prays, all the misery that surrounds you becomes history. It becomes something you just talk about to people and say, once a long time ago, I used to go through this, but when I got to prayer, it changed. It happened for Hannah. When she got that moment to go and pray, all that just became all the miserableness, all the misery just became a history. Number two, when a mother prays, the blocked wombs are opened. You know, the blocked doors are open. The places that have been closed now gets opened. Not because you have done so much, but because you have prayed. And therefore, I am calling upon all the mothers in this channel, in a viewing, in this program, that we must arise as women and pray. If God has blessed you to be called a mother of physical children, a mother of spiritual children, it is upon you to arise and pray. And when you pray, doors are going to be open. Doors of jobs, doors of education, doors of whatever you need, doors of finances, they are going to get open. Hannah had a big problem. Her womb was closed. Closed by the maker of heaven and earth, closed by the creator of human beings, closed by that person, that one being that is supreme, that is above all, is the one who closed her womb. And therefore Hannah realized, for this womb of mine to be open, then I really have to pray. Then I really have to wait upon God. And we find Hannah getting into prayer. And when she prayed, her womb opened. Miraculously, God gave her a son called Samuel. And not just Samuel. Read the entire book. You'll realize she had many other sons and daughters. Her womb was open. When a mother prays, doors fly open. When a mother prays, places that were closed for you, the destiny for your children that look like they're closed, the breakthrough that looks like closed, the Lord is going to open them. And number 3, when a mother prays, she shapes the destiny of her children. The destiny of your children will be shaped. They'll be shaped up. You shape the destiny of all the generation that you are bringing about when you pray. When a mother prays, the destiny is shaped. Look, Hannah could have just asked for a child like any other. But when Hannah got into prayer with that, that heart that was really longing for the Lord to do something, when Hannah got into prayer, what did we see taking place? She even now went an extra mile and said, God, if you give me a man child, I mean, she's not just asking for any child. She is specific here and saying, God, if you give me a man child, no razor shall ever touch his head. I mean, I shall give him to you. I will, God, this one will be your servant. This one will stay in the temple. And that's exactly what the Lord did. God gave her a child, and not just a child with a destiny. Look at the life of Samuel. He became a prophet. And the Bible says that when Prophet Samuel mentioned a word, I mean, it did not fall down before it took place. Everybody knew. And you look in the Bible, anywhere Samuel went, people were like, hey, the prophet is here. Why has the prophet come? So that told us, that it gives us that this prayer of this mother shaped the life of Samuel. Now Samuel came in and his destiny has been shaped. Samuel came in, he's already a powerful man. He is born and taken to the temple, and people are wondering, this Hannah lady must be crazy. She has not been having children. Now she got her child and look. But later on, when Samuel became a powerful man, now it could be seen by everyone that indeed there was a destiny here shaped already because a mother prayed. And I want to call on every woman. You have children God has given you. They could be your brother's children, they still call you mama. They could be your neighbor's children, they call you mama. They could be the spiritual children that you have in the church. They are looking unto you. Women, we must arise and pray that the destiny of all these people who call us mama, all these people who are our children, may have a shaped destiny. When a mother prays, number 1, its prayer will remove misery. No more misery in your life. When a mother prays, number 2, doors are open, wombs are, daughters, and sons, their wombs are going to be open. They'll get children, they'll bear more and more. No more barrenness in your life. When a woman prays, barrenness is not mentioned. Barrenness in your finances, barrenness in your family, barrenness around you is not anything to be talked about. When a woman prays, when a mother prays, the destiny of the children are shaped up. And therefore, I call on every woman to arise. Arise, arise. God bless you. Pleasure having you every time.